The Void Stalker had ruled the forest moon of Kepler 442f for 300 cycles. Its obsidian scales could deflect plasma fire. Its 6 eyes could detect thermal signatures through solid rock. Its venom could dissolve battle armor in seconds. The indigenous Threll people had carved warnings into every tree at the forest's edge. Here dwells death. Turn back or become bones. Commander Zhao Chen found the creature dying in a ravine. The human survey team had been cataloging xenofauna for 2 weeks when the ground cracked open during a seismic shift. Zhao tumbled 20 meters down before catching herself on an outcropping. Her helmet display flickered with damage warnings, and that's when she saw it. A mass of black scales and crystalline spines, half buried under fallen stones. One of the Void Stalker's 6 eyes tracked her movement. A low growl resonated through the ravine like distant thunder. "Well," Zhao muttered, checking her fractured arm, "we're both having a bad day. Any sensible person would have climbed out. Called for extraction. Let nature take its course." Zhao had never been accused of being sensible. She could see the creature's breathing was labored, one of its 4 legs bent at an unnatural angle. A boulder had crushed its side. The apex predator of an entire moon, brought low by bad luck and geology. "Easy," she said softly, though the translator couldn't possibly render the meaning for a creature that communicated through pheromones and electromagnetic pulses. "I'm going to try something incredibly stupid." Her emergency kit contained protein bars designed for human metabolism, which meant they were probably toxic to most xenofauna. But the Void Stalker was dying anyway. She unwrapped one and tossed it near the creature's massive head, 6 eyes fixed on the bar. Then on her. The growl intensified. "Yeah, I wouldn't trust me either," Zhao said. She sat down, slowly, painfully, and took a bite of her own protein bar. "See, food I'm eating. You can eat. We're all just trying to survive." The Void Stalker watched her chew. Then with visible effort, it extended its serpentine neck and took the bar into jaws that could have swallowed her whole. It paused. Then it ate. Zhao spent the next 6 hours feeding the creature from her emergency supplies while she waited for rescue. She talked to it, about Earth, about the mission, about her daughter who was light years away. The Void Stalker listened, its 6 eyes never leaving her face. When the rescue team arrived, they found Zhao unconscious from blood loss, cradled against the creature's side. The Void Stalker's body heat had kept her alive. "Get away from the human." Captain Morrison raised his plasma rifle. The creature's growl shook loose stones from the ravine walls. "Stand down." The Threll guide, a weathered scout named Krill, gestured frantically. "It's protecting her. I've never seen. This is impossible." They extracted both of them. The Void Stalker should have killed 3 people during the rescue. Instead, it remained still, allowing the medics to work, its eyes tracking Zhao's unconscious form. 3 weeks later, Commander Zhao returned to duty with her arm in a regenerative cast. The Void Stalker had been relocated to the research facility after its leg healed. It refused to eat. It attacked anyone who approached its enclosure. The xenobiologists were at a loss. Zhao walked into the holding area. The creature's 6 eyes snapped to her. The aggressive posturing stopped. It approached the transparent barrier and made a sound the translators described as query, recognition, relief. "Hey, buddy," Zhao said. "Miss me?" She pressed her palm against the barrier. The Void Stalker pressed its massive head against the other side. Dr. Yuki, the senior xenobiologist, watched in stunned silence. This changes everything we understand about apex predator social structures. Or, Zhao said, it just proves that kindness is universal. The Threll guide, Krill, stepped forward. "In our oldest stories, there are legends of the first hunters, warriors who bonded with the predators through acts of courage and mercy. We thought they were myths." He looked at Zhao with something like reverence. "The Void Stalker has chosen you as pack. This is sacred." 6 months later, the research colony had been transformed. Zhao and the Void Stalker, she called it Obsidian, had become an inseparable team. The creature that had once been a feared legend now helped survey dangerous territories, its senses detecting hazards that human technology missed. It protected the colonists from genuine threats. It played gently, impossibly gently, with the colony children, and every evening, Commander Zhao would sit beside Obsidian and share her rations. Talking about her day, the Thrall began sending delegations, not to study the humans, but to learn from them. You showed mercy to the unchosen, Krill explained. You gave aid expecting nothing. Among my people, we call this Trelak, the courage to love what others fear. News of the bonding spread through the galactic community. The image of the small human beside the massive predator became a symbol, not of human dominance, but of human compassion. Your species is strange, Krill told Zhao one evening as they watched Obsidian hunt. You could have let death happen. Instead, you chose to feed it protein bars, Zhao smiled. On Earth, we have a saying, the measure of a civilization is how it treats those who are at its mercy. I had a choice, walk away or try. I tried and earned the loyalty of death itself. Krill shook his head. Humans are terrifying. We prefer persistent, Zhao corrected. Obsidian returned from the hunt, carrying a large prey animal. Instead of eating it himself, he dropped it at Zhao's feet, an offering, a gift, a gesture of pack. Zhao laughed and scratched under the creature's chin, finding the spot that made his leg twitch. You're a good boy, yes you are. Who's a good planet-killing apex predator? You are! In the distance, more Thrall watched in awe. Humans, they were learning, didn't conquer through force. They conquered through the sheer, stubborn refusal to let others suffer when they could help. They fed the unfeedable. They befriended the unbefriendable. They looked at the galaxy's most feared predators and thought, that one looks lonely. It probably just needs a snack and a friend. The universe would never be the same.